Okay, so quick overview here. We've got the area model, which is kind of the box where you've got kind of a two-way table where you have two different events that could happen consecutively, or neither one could happen. So it's one way of organizing the data. Multiplication is really if you have consecutive independent events or consecutive events happening that even might not be independent. Consecutive events happening in a row, you multiply. So that's a multiplication problem. The tree diagram, if you're selecting one path or another, and depending on those paths, you have different possible outcomes. Also known as, the tree diagram is also known as conditional probability. Or a list is if you've got a list of different possible categories that it might fit into. Another type of conditional probability. We'll look at what a list is here in a second. So when you read this, Lana is choosing between USC and UCLA. She's not given the option to take classes at both. She's either going UCLA or USC. She's making a choice. Okay, that means that's going to fall into the category of a tree diagram. Okay, so we'll set up the tree, and the tree is going to start out by just saying, okay, we've got one option or the other, SC or LA. Okay, and as we keep reading, she's 80% certain she'll choose UCLA. Okay, so you got 0.8, but that means that this by default goes to 0.2. All right, 100% of your options. Now I don't know. She didn't maybe apply to Cal State Fullerton, so there may be other categories or something like that. But if it's down to this, maybe she got accepted to both, and it's just a matter of making her decision. So anyway, if she goes to UCLA, she has a 60% chance of receiving a scholarship. So from the LA path, we've got a scholarship or a scholarship not. Okay, so labeling the end of the branch is what you want to do, and then label the probability as well. So 0.6 of getting a scholarship, 0.4 of not getting a scholarship. Okay, and if you go on the next, if she goes to USC, she has a 50% chance of receiving a scholarship or not. So that one's a 50-50 prospect. There you go. Now we got two questions after we've set this up. The probability that she receives a scholarship, well, that's a nondescript scholarship. That means she could get a scholarship following along this path to here, or she could go to the other side and still receive a scholarship. So if you're saying USC and a scholarship, the word and means to multiply. Okay, so 0.2 times 0.5 is 0.10. UCLA and a scholarship. Multiply because of the and. That is a 0.48. The thing you got to tell yourself, though, or remind yourself, is she can get a scholarship at USC or at UCLA. The word or means to add. So you add those together, there's your 0.58. And then you can go back to the tree, and it says, what's the probability that Lana goes to USC and does not receive a scholarship? Well, there's USC and receive a scholarship not. So this endpoint here is another option, but it's actually the same as what you get over here because it's a 0.2 times another 0.5. So that would be 0.10.